to another welcome to another uh, video where I go over the deck lists from this is from December 13th. These are some standard decks that some people were playing and they managed to go from platinum to mythic. Up today we have another zombie deck. This one's slightly different. It plays a few odd choices. There are a couple of cards like this one here I'm not 100% sure on. Foul play, to me, it surprises me sometimes that this isn't played more, but being a sorcery, if it was an instant, it'd be played all the time, I think. Crawl from the Cellar, Ghoulish Procession, and a bunch of instants. And it's playing one hostile. Now, this is the whole reason why I actually chose to play the deck. Because you can see there's other deck lists here, like mono white, well, white with a little bit of green. That's the life gain one. Blue red again. There's mono black traditional zombies. This one seems to have cut down on the 3-drops. And I just wanted to try this out because I'm very curious to see how the hostile actually plays out. There's only one copy. Eventually, when I start doing my own decks and doing deck techs and stuff, eventually I want to do a deck with 4 of these to see how effective it actually is at getting it out and how it actually does when once it's out, because it has the ability to protect itself. Then I think it could be good. So we're gonna just test this deck out, see how it does. It's using some good choices, some other ones too. That there's some cards here that I never even knew existed. It's more, I shouldn't say it's all zombies. It's more of a mono black aggro deck, I would say. I wouldn't call this necessarily a zombie deck, although there are some zombies in it. But there are certain card choices, like this is a 2-mana 5/3 that before looking at this deck list, I didn't even know existed. You just tend to gloss over certain cards sometimes, and this is kind of one of them. And it basically works as an instant 5/3. Only if a creature died. So good chance the Shambling Gas is going to get killed. There's a good chance a lot of your creatures are going to die. The only thing I don't see in this deck, aside from the hostile, I guess there's Deadly Dispute and Village Rites. This is a good split too, having 3 and 1. The treasure token sometimes rarely ever matters. Sometimes it does. You're not playing anything with a high enough mana cost, though, to really justify playing the Deadly Dispute. It may be correct to play 4 of these. Pardon me. Raise the Draugr, being an instant, can return 2 cards if they share a creature type from your graveyard. This also seems like a good card that I actually wasn't aware existed either. There's certain commons and uncommons that tend to like fly under the radar sometimes. They could potentially be better than you think they are. But anyways, again, I don't play these. These are best of 3 decks. I don't play them best of 3. This one actually doesn't have a sideboard anyway. So we're just going to do best of 1 standard, just to sort of see how it shakes out. I'm hoping with going further into some of these decks, it gives either you some ideas on, something else to try. You might be stuck trying to play something new for standard and you're like, I don't have any ideas. And then you look at the lists that are posted on magic.gg and you're like, oh, maybe I should get that. That looks like it'd be a cool deck. And then that's again why I do the series, is so you don't have to sort of you still can if you want to. There's a few decks that I played that I thought were going to be better than they actually ended up being. And there's quite a few of them that were a lot worse than they ended up seeming like they were going to be cool, and they were actually pretty terrible. Okay, this is a keep. Play the Swamp. Pass the turn. I still also wonder if... Wait, what happened there? Beginning of your end step, if you don't know creatures with Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie. Why was there no zombie made? Okay. Why is this not triggering anymore? Alrighty. That's unfortunate that that's not. That's there must be some bug or something for this now. Yep. Okay. Play land. Oop. I think we're just gonna hold off here. I'm gonna end up sacrificing this. I don't know. It must be a bug or something happening with Jadar. Does he have haste? Nope. Cool. Okay. So more land. I don't. No, I don't need it. I don't need that. Maybe I will. I'll exile that. Okay. I have 5 mana now. Play Champion of the Parish. No attacks just yet. It could be walking into a sweeper potentially, but yep. What's this thing do? I don't know why they never attacked that turn. That's weird. Okay. Okay. So this is going to keep getting bigger. Still not attacking here. I need to sort of start chipping away at some of these creatures. I don't think I have any way to break a stalemate if one comes up. Oops. Sure. My opponent has not missed the land drop. Okay, well. Wait, does it have trample? No. Okay. Block here. We'll block there. We'll block there. Okay. Oops, I should have killed that. That's okay. Yep. Okay. Another land. Play this. That was a terrible draw. Okay. Alrighty. Opponent's still not missing land drops at all. Of course, neither am I. Sure. It's a 4/4. You really want to attack? Okay. Okay. Is that the second land they played that turn? +2/+2. Sure. Cool. Even though I drew 9 lands that game out of 23. Okay. We'll play one more. See how it actually goes here. I wonder, some of me wonders too with some of these deck lists, if they include a few more commons and uncommons, if that's intentional to sort of mess with some type of algorithm or something like that for Arena. I mean, I know people have been wondering about if there's some sort of weird algorithm that screws around with your deck or something like that. I think it's just, most of the time I think it's just random. I probably should have taken Jadar out of the deck, but that's okay. I'm not quite sure why that happened. So I'll play this, play that. Again, this is a card that for some reason doesn't see any play. What does this do? It's a huge card. Okay. Hello. Oh, blue, red. Perfect. Sure. No, I won't. No, I won't do that just yet. It's kind of unfortunate now that I think Jadar doesn't produce the tokens. Kind of makes him terrible now that I drew him. He's basically a 2-mana 1/1 that does nothing. I probably should have changed him. Now they likely have burned down the house here, so they don't want to. Could have played Jadar. It doesn't really matter that much, but I'll wait for this one hopefully to maybe do some pump. That's interesting. Okay. 4 mana. All right. I guess I could have +1/+1. That's 8, but I don't know where else the rest of the damage comes from. So they would have survived with 1. I'll play 1 more. So far the deck's, I think my opponent made a mistake there somehow. But I find so far the, what was it called? Crawl from the Cellar and the Raise the Drugger seem to actually be really good in that instance there. Same with the Grim Wanderer actually seemed to be very good there as well for a 5 mana, or a 2 mana 5/3. Yeah, they die to removal, but so does a lot of stuff. Being able to hit that kind of punch is pretty crazy actually. All right. It also noted as well that I've been on the play both times now, all 3 times. Likely see a Fading Hope here. There it is. Now this is where you will tend to lose against a control deck, is when you do not have the mana to play, on curve. This would have been good on curve there if I hit a land drop. Not being able to hit a land drop kind of sucks. And that's where you tend to fall behind when you're playing against a control deck, is if you don't actually hit all of your land drops. At least up to a certain point. You don't want to get flooded like I did in that first game, but you also don't want to not hit you're basically 1 through 4 lands are pretty much mandatory. If you miss any of those, you're likely dead. We got a Spikefield Hazard. Likely going to target here with the Spikefield Hazard, but don't have much of a choice. Yep. I still got the creature back. And it's another turn where I missed a land drop, so I'm likely going to lose this if they have any sort of sweeper or anything like that. Ooh. Short. So I can draw land, cast this again. I can cast this. I have a few options. Oh, I also have Poison the Cup. May potentially want to foretell it and then cast it to be able to scry. Why won't you let me? What is going on here? Why will it not let me cast this? Is there something preventing me? Why can't I cast this? Foretells or something says that I can't cast, only cast as a sorcery somehow. What is going on here? Wow. It just, for some reason, it wouldn't let me do anything there. That's perfect. That's exactly what I want to do is on my opponent's turn. Okay, so there was a small patch I noticed this morning, so there's definitely something, glitches or something that happened. I don't think I want a deadly dispute right now. Maybe. Maybe. Well, I thought I'd actually have 3 quick matches here, but it looks like I'm going to get dragged out by blue-red. I don't really have... yeah, I don't really have... horror cat. Or cat horror, I guess. Just going through the motions now. There's no... unfortunately, I'm not going to win this one quickly. Or I'm not going to lose this one quickly. I'd rather lose it quickly than not. But unfortunately, I think this is part of the reason why the people hate playing against the blue-red deck, because it tends to just be such a slow game. I'm going to concede for the sake of brevity. I don't particularly want to continue to go through that. I don't want to put anybody watching it going through that either. I fell behind basically the first on turn 3 and turn 4 without hitting the extra lands there at all. You're pretty much sunk. I'm going to try one more. Although it kind of gives you an idea against the blue-red deck. Although we all know the blue-red deck's the most dominant deck. So, you're not here to watch me lose against that deck. And you're looking for something else potentially to play. Nothing is going to be as good as the blue-red deck. I'm just saying that right now, but you have other options. Especially if you just want to play. I'm not concerned about my ranking. I'm not concerned about any of that kind of stuff. I just want to play good games of Magic and something that's different and unique. Aha. Good. Although, I didn't really get any creatures to go with it. And I'm not on the play for the first time. I can do it at the end of their turn. I probably will. Yeah, I think I just pop this. Not attacking just yet. Take that off. I find that you have to kind of put like full control on when you want to try to do something at the end of combat. They basically just sacrifice dead and that's it. Game over. You got it. I do have this. Okay. See, they are playing Field of Ruin, and that potentially could be why you don't see very much of that card, of this card specifically. There's far too many Field of Ruins running around. Sure. Not 2 lands. Cool. All right. Everyone hasn't really played a whole lot. But so far, everything they're doing is basically just overpowering me. Sure. Ugh. Oh boy. That's about all I can do there. My opponent's had removal, plus creatures, plus threats. Yep, that's pretty good. Basically just outdrawing me here. I'll have 3. Guess I don't have to do. Likely be good, better, or like it would likely be better if. Cool. So they have drawn basically everything. Cool. All right, more land. Perfect. 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 So they stopped at 5 lands and have drawn no more lands. Excellent. They've been hit after hit after hit. Cool. It just is what it is. There's not a lot I can do. It's pretty much out of reach at this point anyway. Yep, we're going to concede her. Yep, pretty much game over there. I drew 7, 8, 9 lands to end the game again. So almost 50% of all my lands. So I'll do for this one. I don't really know what to actually change here. The thought process behind the hostile when I started this video wasn't thinking about Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin kind of really ruins your day. But I think number one, it seems like well, this card for some reason doesn't work anymore, so it didn't affect my first game. This deck is playing a few too many what I call do nothing cards. That under the right circumstances, they will kind of come together and you'll win a couple games here and there. But I don't know how this actually wins more often than it loses. I'm not quite sure. I don't see that. However, I will say that Crawl from the Cellar is likely worth all of these together for sure. So we're going to take that out, take this out, this out. Jada will probably stay if it actually seemed to work, although it seems to be a bug or something right now. And then where to go from there. So I think this needs to go up. I think this also needs to go up to some number. You may just do a split. I think you have to likely embrace the full-on zombie theme This likely, you probably want that. This, while fine, this can't really fit in there. Again, this deck list seems very budgety. Although it is playing 14-hit adversary, so that's nothing to really sneeze at. Spending 4 mythic wild cards. This card seemed a lot better. This card seemed pretty good too, actually. Although in current standard, I would probably play the other sorcery removal, even though drawing that card is pretty sweet. What's it called again? Thirst? Is it Thirst for something? Nope. It destroys an enchantment. Sorcery. Nope. Anyways, it's here somewhere. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but it's the one where you can destroy. Oh, there it is. Feed the Swarm. I would probably play that over. I'd actually might even play 2 copies of that. Probably not. And then probably basically just go up to 4 on this. This kind of seems like a hodgepodge of everything. So you just want to be, it looks like just basically good black creatures. And if that's the case, I would, probably F4 drop. There's got to be better creatures at the 4 drop. I would probably play this instead of anything else. It's a good clock. Yeah, they can draw and discard a bunch of stuff. But this is probably where I would end up somewhere along here. You just want to be able to put pressure on your opponent. I also think there's no reason not to play the Hive in this deck list. I don't even see why you can't play 4 of them. Because in the first couple of turns, these are coming into play untapped anyway. So I think this is kind of where you want to be. You may even want, honestly, a couple of your own Field of Ruins as well. 1, 2, there. So this is kind of where I would go with this deck. It basically almost changes the whole thing around entirely, but you get rid of some of the weaker cards. Jadar would be there if he seemed to be working. I'd keep him in the deck list. But for the most part, I think like this card impressed me a lot. It's a lot better than I thought it was, especially for zombies. So you may want like something else here potentially as well. Maybe I don't think there's any 4-mana zombies in the format currently. So maybe you don't want as many. We'll just quickly look here. For zombie. Zombie cleric. That's interesting. That's going to be a potential 2, 3 instead of this one. They're only running a few zombie cards. You're basically just trying to be a mid-rangey kind of deck. And it may be worth it to just go straight into all zombies instead of a couple here and there. I think there was 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 15 zombies. Put 15 zombies in the deck before. I trimmed it down to... this potentially should also be a 4 of as well. I think having a 1-drop zombie is very important. Yeah, this could work as well. Although I think here I would play this instead. I might not play the Deadly Dispute, I think. I mean, you can sacrifice an artifact as well, so you can sacrifice other tokens as well. But I think this potentially is the better version of this deck. But anyway, that's the mono black zombie deck for today from December 13th from those deck lists. You kind of saw the weaknesses of it. It does lose if it doesn't draw its mana, but I think some of the improvements here would definitely help in some matchups, maybe, especially against the control matchup, I think. This card especially. But anyways, that'll do for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.